Okay, I'm recording. So, welcome you guys. I figured today I wanted to talk about something that was more general to everyone instead of rank specific. So I figured we might as well just combine and have everyone hop on. So a few things before we kind of dive in. We're down to the last week of the month. So wherever you're sitting right now, have an action plan, a start date for a challenge group, a new coach training, have everything in place so that you can be promoting and inviting intentionally to those things. If you need a new group, I started my new challenge group, the Summer Strong group, opened up today for prep week, and I'm going to continue filling it all throughout the week, and then we're going to officially kick off the day after Memorial Day. So if you need something to plug into, that is always available to you guys. And the link is posted in our PS team page. So that's going to be prepping all week. And my next live boot camp is going to be next Monday. So that is also something that you can be inviting to, an actual live group that you can plug your new coaches into. So just so you have kind of some things to work with, that's what's going on. I know from the threads, from the message threads, the success pods, some of you are struggling, and that's okay. We have a week left. I don't care where you're sitting right now. If you're at 0, if you're at negative, you can make it happen. So today we're going to be talking all about mindset. And obviously this has been on my mind a lot lately. I've been sharing those. The Mindset is Everything series that we put together with the Superstar coaches. And it honestly is everything. So I'm just going to kind of bust these out. I was watching some trainings throughout the week and kind of just have notes on like the key stuff that I loved. So I'm just going to bust through those, and then we can open it up and talk about stuff that's going on and whatever. But so the first thing I want you guys to think about is where are your thoughts at, and how much control over your thoughts do you have? Because whatever you focus on, you will surely find. So when you're explaining what's going on, like when I say, how's it going? Where are you guys at? How are things going in your business? And all I hear is like negativity. There's such a difference in describing something in a negative way, or, well, I've been struggling. I'm at this. I know I can do this. I'm going to push hard. I'm going to up the ante on my invites. I'm going to do this, versus this is such a hard month. Oh my gosh, everyone is saying no. But like, there's such a different vibe, and what you put out there, you will surely find. So when you speak negatively, when you think negatively, you will find more negativity. You will get more negativity. So that's the first thing that I want you guys to seriously, like, you guys have to hone in hardcore on your thoughts and the power of your thoughts, because your thoughts control your life. And I don't know how the universe works, but it is incredible that what you put out there, you will get. So that's the first thing I want you guys to really, 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 really focus on mastering, because it will change your life. That one thing will change your life in every single way. So how do you change moving forward? I was watching a training that Brandy Botts did, and she talks about the triad that she learned from Tony Robbins, and it makes so much sense. So there's 3 things that you need to focus on in order to change your life. One is physiology. So this is basically your posture, your breathing, your tone of voice, your movement. Like when you are talking with someone who's just depressed, who's like super down on life, their tone of voice is low and slow, and their posture, they're usually like hunched over, and they're just, everything about them is negative. Like the physiology, everything is negative. When you have someone who's happy and upbeat, their tone of voice is different, their movement is different. Just so much is expressed by your physiology. So be aware of that, and you have control over that. If you're having a crappy day and you're like, just woe is me, playing the victim, and you're get up and move, turn music on and dance, do something to mix up the vibe, to kind of change your mojo, because you have control over it. Whether you think you do or not, you do. The second thing is focus, and we kind of talked about this. What you focus on is what you get, and what you're giving your attention to is what you receive. So when you're expressing negativity, when you're voicing negativity, when you're focusing on all the no's, when you're focusing on just all those negative things, you're going to get more of that. So change it around to, okay, well, what can I do? What can I do that's in my control? I can invite more people. I can go find the people who want this, who want me to help them change their life. Like, you need to focus on what you want to find and what you want to create. And then the third thing is language and meaning. So the words that you use to describe your experience become your experience. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. Like, when I'm asking how things are going and all I hear is like negative, that all I hear is, this is what you're getting and this is what you're going to continue to get. So that's kind of where I get frustrated sometimes, because I'm like, you guys, I just want to like shake you. Stop talking like this, because you're just going to create more of that. And that is not what you want, I promise. And I know that's not what you want, but that's what you're creating. So you have to get a hold of that. You have to learn how to habitually speak positively. No matter how big the struggle is, no matter what you're going through, you have to have empowering thoughts about any situation. And Brandy explains, like, just a perfect example. She was talking about her relationship with her husband. They separated 11 months ago. And so you have two ways to explain this. You can say, oh my gosh, this is the worst ever. My marriage is ending. It's going to be terrible for my boys. This is the end of our relationship, of our marriage, of all these good things that came. And that's obviously like a negative way to explain this experience. Or you can say, this is the beginning of the rest of my life. This is my chance to be happy. This is my chance to be true to who I am. This is, you know what I mean? Like, same experience, two completely different ways to look at it, to learn from it, to grow from it. And you have to be able to do that with everything in life, with your business, with your relationships, with trials, everything. You have the power to perceive a situation no matter however you want. And what happens after that point will directly stem from how you perceive it and the energy you put into it. So just be aware of that. And she just says, you can condition yourself to respond in an empowering way to any situation. And so that's something that I think it is really a learned thing. And it is, I think personal development, honestly, that's the one thing that helps you be able to see situations like that, be able to handle anything that is thrown your way. That's why when coaches who are doing their personal development and who are very strong in their mind, when they go through slumps in their business, they can handle it, and they don't entertain the quitting thoughts. They don't entertain the is this worth it thoughts, because when you entertain those thoughts and that's the energy that you're focusing on, nothing good is going to come out of that. So you have to become strong enough mentally to have empowering thoughts about anything, no matter the struggle. The next thing that one of the calls talks about was goals. And when we're setting a goal and we're focused on, like, for instance, you could say Success Club or a rank or whatever. You're so focused on this goal that when you're not hitting it, it can feel defeating, and it can feel like you kind of play the victim card again. But stop focusing on the goal and focus on who you're becoming while you're striving to hit that goal. Because goals are so quick. Once you hit it, you celebrate for like 5 seconds and then you're like, hey, what's next? What's the next goal? So you can't put all of your energy and all of your focus on the goal. It has to be about the growth that happens as you're striving to hit those goals, because that's where all the magic happens. So don't let missing a goal defeat you, because that's not what it's there for. You adjust the date and you continue to become the person that it takes to hit that goal. Whether or not it's the original date that you set or not, you need to continue growing. You need to continue focusing on what it takes and what you can do to grow into the person to hit your goals. And then I wanted to talk really quick, and I want some feedback on this one so that we can kind of talk about it. So I want to hear your guys' struggles. So I had a call with Josh this past week, and we were talking about my struggles and some of the things that definitely hold me back in the business and as a leader and as a coach. And then he was like, well, what are we going to do about it? What are you going to do to overcome these struggles? And so we set a 10X action-oriented goal to help me crush through this struggle that I was dealing with. So I want to hear, I'll share mine so that you can kind of have an example. So you guys all know that I hate inviting. But that's also why I proactively do all of the other things so that I can tap into attraction marketing and people are coming to me and all those things. But when my business is slow, like this month, as of yesterday, I was sitting at Success Club 4 in my business and Success Club 2 in JD's. So last month was really good. Like, it just seemed like everything was going right. People were saying yes. I was finding the right people. And just like Julie Boris talks about, this business ebbs and flows. So last month was an ebb, and last month was a flow, and this month is an ebb for sure. So instead of being like, oh my gosh, this is so bad, I've been working hard. I have been like building relationships like a boss, posting, sharing my journey, connecting, expanding, doing all of those things that I normally do. And it's just not working, not bringing in the people that I normally do. So instead of feeling frustration and negativity and stress, I was like, okay, this is still in my control. What can I do about this? So this is when I was talking to Josh about how my biggest struggle is inviting, and how unless I'm in a moment of struggle, unless I'm in a moment of I need to make this happen, I let people come to me. Well, that's why struggles are so essential and why they're really a blessing, because they force you to do what you're not comfortable doing, to do what you hate, and to break through those barriers. So I told him, okay, I am going to get past this, I'm going to send 100 invites before our next call in a week and a half. So 100 coaching invites, not even 100 challenge group invites, 100 coaching invites. And so far I'm at like 58, and that was like 3 days ago. So that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. You have to 10X your actions if you want to break through barriers, if you want to break through a wall or a plateau or whatever in your health, in your business, in your life. You have to get super intentional and then massively take action. You can't just continue to do what you normally do and expect to get different results, especially when you're like on the struggle bus, really feeling a lull or a hit. You have to just like massively crush through it and gain that momentum again, and then experience the flow that comes after the ebb. So I want to hear from you guys. So what would you say your biggest struggle is? And then let's create an action plan to overcome that. So if you want to talk, just raise your hand or unmute yourself. And then I want to hear from at least a few of you though, so don't be quiet. Anyone? You guys, oh, Patty.
I think same thing for me, because I'll message people like crazy. I'm connecting, asking how they are. I'll comment and like on their page, but the personal like invite, especially with coaching, is really hard for me. I feel like I get shut down from it and like it's in my head, so I have to like I need to like help that.
That's exactly how I am. Exactly. Because, and it, for me, it stems from, I don't ever want to be the annoying coach that is like inviting these people. Cause I feel like, especially the people that I want to target, I'm like, they have already been invited like by 50 different coaches. And at this point, they're so irritated and annoyed. That's what I create in my head. So I learned, and when Josh and I were talking about this, he says, okay, so here's the thing. They're going to feel a couple different things when they receive your invite. One, they're going to be pissed and annoyed. And if they are, they would have never bought from you anyways. They would have never wanted to coach with you anyway, so who cares? And two, they're going to be like, wow, she actually thinks I could do this. She actually thinks I'd be a good coach, and kind of feel flattered that you would send them an invitation and think they would be good and want to coach with them. And three, they probably, or lots of times they haven't heard about it, and you just assume that everyone has. And when I sent all my invites, so I just went through and on Instagram, because Instagram is where I don't tap in to invites at all. I don't, like, I build relationships like a boss, but I don't intentionally invite there at all. And so I went through and I made a list from just people who had been liking my posts. So I only went through 3 posts. I went through all the likers and made a list of the people who were sharing their journeys, who were positive, who were just like someone who I'd want to work with. And I sent them an invite. It was as simple as, I don't even remember what I said. I didn't say anything about coaching. I just said, girl, I've been following you, and your posts are seriously inspiring. Have you ever thought about paying it forward and being able to help people with their own health and fitness journeys? So that was the invite I sent. So it wasn't annoying. Like, it wasn't like, hey, have you thought about Beachbody coaching? Like, it wasn't that initial thing, you know? So it generated a ton of conversations, a ton of people who were like, yeah, I have actually, but I have no clue how. So then I was able to tell them more about it. Some people were like, it depends. Is this with Beachbody or another MLM? Because I get approached all the time. And in that instance, I was like, yes, I'm with Beachbody. And I promise I was totally not wanting to send this message because I don't want to be that girl, but I had to, because I didn't know about coaching 4 years ago. And I'm still mad that it took me so long to learn about it. And I was just real with them. I was like, you seriously are doing what we do, and you're just not, like, you don't have a legit platform to help people with and to share, like, you know. So I was really honest about it, and multiple of those people who were like, I've been approached a million times, blah, blah, they were like, oh, well, yeah, I'd be open to learning more about it. And then I was able to send them information. So it's like, I think it all comes from the place that you're coming from as you're inviting, and why you're inviting them, and all those things. And so that helped me, like, getting out of my comfort zone and just doing this helped me see, dude, I am missing the boat. Like, I am seriously missing the boat on all of these relationships that I'm spending time and energy building, and I'm not even letting them know what is available for them. Like, that is my fault that I'm, like, holding on to this, you know? So I'm going to challenge you, Patty Brush. Why does your name say Patty Brush on here still? You need to change that. I'm going to challenge you to whatever your number. What number do you want to invite this week to get over that?
I feel like you're going for 100 as well. But I've been going like crazy after like last like weeks and stuff. So like, especially because I'm struggling. So yeah, I'll send out. I mean, I can totally do the same thing.
Okay.
Go for it. You know?
Go for it, girl. Okay, who else? Does anyone else want to share?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. So I feel like I do a lot of that thing where I follow people, do a lot of the same thing you do, and I do a lot of the coaching invites. And I've had a lot of, it hasn't been too bad. But where I struggle with is I feel like I have all these relationships with people behind the scenes, but then I don't really know how to post on social media so that they know what I'm doing. So it's kind of opposite. Like I have these relationships and I'm talking to them about coaching, but then like on social media, they have no clue that I'm a coach. And it's not that I don't want to, but I just don't really know how to like do that in a strategic way. So it's not annoying, but it's like still doing the jabs. And so I think just kind of social media, like that is kind of where my struggle is, which it seems to be like your strength. Like I feel like I have it backwards. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but honestly, I still get so many people who have no idea what I do. Or that it's like, I think that's just normal. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I have some people that still just think I post my selfies and my workouts just for fun. And like, it's just like a part of my, because like so many people do that on Instagram, like all the tone it up girls. That's like they just do it for fun. And it's like, whatever. And so I think people just assume that that's what I do sometimes. But some of the things that help are posting shout outs for like your challengers, for your coaches, like those things where you're kind of like, I don't know, where it's more like of a specific, I'm not just like working out all the time and whatever, but you have things like you're working with people, you're mentoring your coaches, like you put it out there and they put the two together. You know what I mean? And then also just like the legit, just like your glance into coaching one that you just did, like that was awesome. So just doing more of those so that they see, oh, this is an actual opportunity. Like she actually is building a business around this. And then as you share your lifestyle and like share the things as your business grows and as things progress and as you go to summit and as you go to leadership and as you go to retreats, just the more you share, the more people are like, wow, like this is what she's doing this is what she's doing with her fitness thing. Like this is part of it. And I think it's just a gradual thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Yeah.
I had another coach who was struggling with that, and she was like sprinkling in coaching, but not everyone reads your posts, So they just see a cute picture of her, and I don't think everyone was reading that she was talking about coaching, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you need to do more posts that actually have words on them that say like, now mentoring or now accepting applications or accepting interns or I just think you have to like kind of make an eye-catching image of you too. Otherwise people might not, because again, people hate to read. So, and usually those posts are long.
Yeah.
So I was like, you need to start doing posts that actually have words on them that are kind of a call to action, And I think that helped.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yes, love that. Okay, does anyone else want to share a struggle?
I will. So, oh God, I'm just trying to think of how to word this. So like, I just feel like, how do you not let your life get in the way? Because I feel like, I don't know, like when I'm working out, I'm like totally mindful. When I'm in it, it's awesome. Like the beginning of the week is always awesome. And then like, I always falter when it comes to like nutrition, workouts, my business activities by the end of the week. And it's like, I keep going back to the same cycle. Like, how do I find balance? I know that's kind of a loaded question, but.
Yeah. So one thing that I learned, when I was talking to Josh, our very first call, he's like, okay, what are your biggest goals? What are your biggest, like, what can I help you with? And I'm like, I want balance in my life. Like that was my biggest goal. I didn't have business goals. I just said, I want balance. And he's like, really? There is no such thing as balance, but there is such thing as harmony. So you need to figure out what works for you. You need to figure out when life is just like weaving, like when everything's just jiving, that's not, for me, that's not like when I'm just happy-go-lucky with my family all the time, not working. Like, this business brings me fulfillment, so that needs to be a part of it. And it just is all about finding what works. And it all depends on your goals. It all depends on the season of your life. It all depends on, you know, so many different things. So it's not going to be the same for everyone. So I go through seasons of where my business is like way up here as far as the time and energy I'm putting into it. And I'm still spending time with my family, and I'm still making them a priority, but it's like, it just depends on what you're going for, what you need. Like when we needed the down payment on our house, I was like balls to the wall with my business, and my husband was on board and he knew that. And so we just had to be on the same page. So I think for you, when you know that weekends are hard, whatever, set realistic goals. Be like, hey, I know that the majority of my weekend is with my family. I want to relax. I want to be able to enjoy it, but I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do a power hour. And I can set time, I can set 1 hour aside and then feel that harmony with, I stayed on track with my business goals. I got up and I worked out. You know what I mean? Like, just find what you need to do to be in harmony with your goals, with your life, with everything that's going on, because it's not equal time here, equal time here, equal time here. You know what I mean? Like, that's not realistic. Or I don't even think that would create happiness if everything was balanced. But you just want to be, I liked that when he said just in harmony, because it's going to change. It's always a changing thing, and you just got to stay on top of it. And when you kind of feel out of whack a little bit, then you check yourself and you figure out how you can get back on track. So I would just find out how you can make your goals a priority, and then figure out what you need to do action-wise to feel okay with all aspects of your life.
Yeah, and I think like I'm slowly learning certain parts of like the pieces, because like just like working out in the morning always works better for me. Like certain things I know,
Yeah.
that if I don't do it right away in the morning, then I'm a total slacker in the evening. And so like I think maybe if I find out, like maybe if I dive into each piece and figure out which is going to work best, like I don't know, because keeping a schedule, like a business schedule where like I'm doing this from 9 to 10 or this, like that does not work for me.
That's how I'm too.
It's like family time, like everything is chaos all the time because
Yeah.
3 kids. But you know, if like for certain things, like I know working out in the morning or meal prepping on the weekends, like the certain days that my husband is not working, you know, those things I know. So maybe if I can like figure out what, like business wise, what's going to work best. So.
Yeah, totally. You got it. Okay, anyone else?
I have one.
Will you grab him? Okay, what?
Hello.
How do I? Oh, someone
Go ahead.
on the phone is on.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Okay, go for it, Kelly.
Okay. I'm just wondering if you have any. I guess I want to teach my team how to get out of how to tap into their cold market better. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that.
I think the best way, if they have a like page, it's going to be like investing in that growth. And if they don't, like, I think Instagram is essential for everyone, because there's millions of people out there that are like going there for motivation and for inspiration and for tips and for all that stuff. So just really getting intentional with the growth on Instagram, following their target market, liking, doing the 531. Like, they have to, Instagram is all about intention and proactiveness to grow it, but it's worth the time and energy you put into it. So I would really just train them on how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Uh-huh. Marissa,
Hey, girl.
is that you?
hi.
Hey.
Okay, so you know, like some of my struggles, obviously that we've been talking about. But I guess like besides like what we had talked about. I don't know how to come back, like, meaning, you know, a month ago, how I, like, went and posted, like, all right, you know, started, like, oh, here's my journey, blah, 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 blah. And then I had, like, 5 or 6, you know, a lot of people interested. And because I guess I just wasn't ready at that time, even though I wanted to do it, but I just wasn't there. How do I, like, go and I guess, you know, what's the word, like, show myself again, like, you know what I mean, go back on and, like, post something saying, like, I don't know, to take me serious. I feel like, you know, because I've done it a couple of times and I never followed through, never gave anybody these links, I never, you know, so that's, I don't know what to do about that, because now I feel like, you know, people are not going to take me serious because I had, like, you know, I had several people that were interested and I never got back to them.
Yeah, you need to just show up on your own journey. You need to build back credibility through consistency. So,
Okay.
so knowing you, before you do anything business-wise, you need to show up on your journey and share it every single day before you ever talk about, like, people joining you or anything like that. Because you need to, first, you're committed to your own journey now. So you need to share that. And then you need to go through the training before you overwhelm yourself with people wanting information and you don't know where to send them or how to talk to them.
Right.
So that's what I would do.
Okay. And I think, like, you know, when I shared the whole thing about, like, nutrition and all that, like, I don't think I had no business, to be honest, starting this because, you know, I wasn't feeling well because of the thyroid. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't eating right. So, like I told you, you know, now that it's been, you know, a week of, you know, changing a lot of things, I have more energy. Now I'm, like, motivated. Now I feel good. But it's like, you know, I told you, like, I hate to, you know, I start, then I stop. I start, then I stop. And it's not because I'm not getting any results from, like, you know, it's because I don't know. Like, you know, I feel like I'm just all over the place. You know, I'm not going to blame, because, you know, I just moved or I have 4 kids or I have a husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could fit this in. It's just, I guess I don't know. I wasn't ready and I want to so bad. And I think now, like, I just wasn't feeling well. But now, like you said, I watched these videos and, you know, I think I jumped on a little too soon. Like, oh, this is me. I'm, you know, follow me, you know, this and that. And then I never followed through with any of these people because I never really did the research or I never read some of this stuff. And, you know.
Yeah, you just need to be real about your own journey and then do the homework and invest in learning business so that you're confident in talking to people and having them join you. But right now it needs to be about you and your commitment to your own journey and then just sharing that and being real about it.
Absolutely, and I agree. And what about, so, like, Instagram, like, you know, right now I have it open to public on Facebook. Should I know I asked you this before, but I don't know. Should I have, like, separate, one for public and one, like, private? Like,
no.
Okay.
I mean,
and I don't have that. I just have
one, like, just for your kids or something. You could if you wanted, but when you're sharing your journey and when you're sharing everything else that goes along with everything about this business, it needs to be public.
Okay. And I'll do that. And, yeah, all right. I'll just,
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up, but I want you guys, before you start doing anything, I want you guys to be real with yourself and really think, what is my biggest struggle? What is my biggest struggle that I'm going through right now? And what am I going to do this week, today, to 10x action plan and get through this. And if you need feedback or if you need help coming up with something, you can post it in our Success Pod threads and we can chat about it. But seriously, you have to be intentional about breaking through these barriers that are holding you back, because they are like mega walls that are so easy to break through when you're just brave enough to take action and do it. So I want you guys to focus hardcore on mindset this week, focus hardcore on where your thoughts are, where your energy is going, and what you're putting out. And I promise if you are intentionally taking action to go after your goals and coming from a place of like genuinely wanting to help people and wanting to change their life, you can hit any goal that you set. So focus on that. Comment in the threads with any questions that you have as far as like your struggles. But if you have, I would love for you guys to message me personally and tell me what your struggle is and what your 10X goal is this week to break through it. Okay? Anything else before we go? All right. I will talk to you guys later. See you guys. Thanks for jumping on.